You see? That one is fake.
Oh, that's so cool when you do that.
And action.
Gwen! Gwen, wake up! Gwen!
I said my name is Gwen.
Hello, can you hear me?
The grabber is played by the one and only Ethan Hawke. It's really awesome because I didn't get to work with him like at all in the first movie. And in this movie, we have a lot of scenes together, and working with him is so awesome. When I first saw him like come onto set, I was kind of in awe because, you know, it's Ethan Hawke. And he was so supportive and so kind to me in between every single take, always made sure that I was okay and would always give me like fist bumps and high fives. And he was like, that was so good, Maddie, or yeah. And we just kind of, whenever, you know, the cameras weren't rolling, he'd kind of just be like whistling and singing. And it's just so weird seeing him go from this terrifying, psychotic grabber who literally kills people to just Ethan whistling, walking around on set, talking to Scott and hanging out with everyone. But yeah, it's just really cool because I feel like you can learn so much from working with incredible actors like that.
Drop. Just like that. Got that, Jason?
Grab.
Figured it out yet? And you square off with them, and then Finn, when he does it, you're gonna do a 180.
Gwen is the funniest character. She's so snarky. You know, she knows who she is. You know, at least from the first movie, she already you know knew who she was. She was so strong, and in this movie, it's 10 times that. And getting to see Maddie back as Gwen is so cool. You know, and her snarkiness is just still there. You know, if somebody says something, she punches back, and you know, seeing her up against the grabber really tests Gwen. You know, test her strength.
I think we should practice one right now.
Yeah, I would love to practice.
You can feel holding yourself here.
I think a perfect word to describe Scott is definitely leader. You know, just having the privilege to be able to work with someone as talented as him is something I'm very blessed to have. Being on set, even the days that I wasn't working, I just enjoyed coming to set and learning from someone like him and observing his way of directing. I think he's just a brilliant director, and his way of taking charge on set is something I definitely admire for sure.
I think that Mason, you know, in just a couple of years really grew into movie star, handsome, good looks. And so meeting Finn, I was very interested in how he would be processing what had happened to him still. And of course, the movie is about that fear that he has not been able to accept or process well, and that has turned to anger, and he has become a violent person himself, and has certain ideas about being fearless and fighting back the way he learned from his friend Robin in the first movie. That all gets sort of deconstructed as he goes along.
Figured it out yet? And you square off with them, and then Finn, when he does it, you're gonna do a 180.
What I love about this movie is that it doesn't just tell another scary story. It peels back the layers of what we have already learned. We get to explore Finney and Gwen's family, the trauma they've inherited, and how there is more connecting them to the grabber than they may have realized.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy.
It is really creepy.
We're back with the Blake family. Finn is
dealing with, you know, the fallout from everything he went through. Gwen is dealing with the fact that she's the weird girl at school. People have heard rumors, you know, some people have heard outright, you know, the stories of what did happen, and she's treated very differently. And it's about these, you know, we're with these two kids who life isn't perfect and life isn't great and they're struggling, but it's the 80s now. We're out of the 70s. We're into the era of MTV. And now the phone rings, and it is the grabber calling from hell.
When the dreams, you say they tell you the future.
I think Scott elevates his own bar. It was already high on the first film. If you think about a second part of Black Phone 1, it's like, what would you do? You know, where are you gonna take it? And I think it's phenomenal what he did. You know, he created this entirely new world around the same characters. How he elevated the stakes in such a great level. And of course, you know, bringing new characters too. Thanks to that, I'm here, and I think it's a big plus. You know, it's a great thing, and I'm so lucky to have played Mando in this second story.
And action.
Gwen! Gwen, wake up! Gwen!
I just very much felt like I needed to pay respect to the guys who ran these camps that I went to when I was in high school, who really changed my life and really gave me some guidance at a time that I needed it. I felt like paying tribute to that makes for an interesting narrative. And I don't think there's another actor alive who could have done a better job than Damien.
Oh, that's so cool when you do that.
I think we should practice one right now.
Yeah, I would love to practice one.
You can feel holding yourself here.
I hope audiences experience all different ranges of emotion because all different emotions are in the movie. And I hope they really, really see all the different relationships and friendships that are in this film and all the love and heart that we all put into it and just that is made in the movie with all these characters. So yeah, and I hope they get scared because it is a horror movie.